In 1957, a family raised 6 kids in a 1,200 square foot house. Everyone was happy. Today, parents say they need 3,000 square feet for 2 kids. How did we decide small families need giant houses? When America was simpler, houses were small and families were large. 8 people in 1,200 square feet was normal. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Kids shared everything. They were close, connected, happy. Today, houses are huge and families are tiny. 4 people in 3,000 square feet. Every child has their own bedroom, bathroom, play space, but they're lonely, isolated. The massive house doesn't create happiness. This is how American homes went from cozy and full to massive and empty. It's 1957, a suburb outside Cleveland, Ohio, a residential street lined with nearly identical houses, small ranch homes built just after World War II for returning veterans. These are starter homes for young families building lives. One house is home to a family of 8, mother and father, both 34 years old, 6 children, ages 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 18 months, 8 people total. The house is 1,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, living room, kitchen, small dining area, basement unfinished, single-car garage, built in 1948 for $8,500. The family bought it in 1950 for $9,200. Current value in 1957, maybe $12,000. The mortgage payment is $68 monthly. Father earns $125 weekly at the steel plant. Mother stays home with the children. One income supports all 8 people plus the house payment. The house layout is simple. Living room at front, kitchen and small dining area at back. 3 bedrooms down a short hallway, 1 bathroom between the bedrooms. The master bedroom is the largest, maybe 12 feet by 14 feet, contains the parents' double bed, 1 dresser, 1 small closet, that's it. No master suite, no walk-in closet, no attached bathroom, just a bedroom. The second bedroom houses the 3 boys, ages 12, 8, and 4, 1 set of bunk beds, 1 twin bed, 1 dresser they share, clothes stored in a single closet, 3 boys and maybe 10 feet by 12 feet, 120 square feet for 3 children. The third bedroom houses the 3 girls, ages 10, 6, and 18 months, 1 set of bunk beds, 1 crib, 1 dresser shared, same size as the boys' room, 120 square feet for 3 girls. The bathroom is 5 feet by 8 feet, 40 square feet, 1 toilet, 1 sink, 1 bathtub with shower, no separate shower, no double sinks, no spa features. 8 people share this 1 bathroom. Morning routine is orchestrated. Father showers first at 5:30 a.m. before work. Mother bathes the baby. The 4 older children take baths in sequence, 2 before school, 2 after school. The 12-year-old gets privacy for his bath. The younger ones sometimes bathe in pairs to save time and water. But here's what made that small house work. Something completely lost in modern massive homes. The house is crowded. Definitely crowded. But it works. It functions. The family is comfortable. How does it work with 8 people in 1,200 square feet? First, minimal possessions. The children don't have much. Each child has maybe 5 outfits total. School clothes, play clothes, church clothes. All clothes fit in shared dressers and 1 closet per room. No overflow, no storage problems, because there's simply not that much stuff. Toys are minimal. The boys share 1 toy box, contains some toy soldiers, a few toy cars, a football, a baseball and glove, maybe 10 items total. The girls share 1 toy box, contains some dolls, doll clothes, a few games, some coloring books, maybe 10 items total. The baby has a rattle and a stuffed animal. That's it. That's all the toys for 6 children. They don't need more because they play together. They play outside. They use imagination. They don't need rooms full of toys. Second, shared space creates closeness. The 3 boys in 1 room don't see it as deprivation. It's normal. They're brothers. They share a room. They whisper and laugh after lights out, tell stories. The 12-year-old sometimes resents the younger ones, wants privacy, but mostly they're bonded, close. They're together. Same with the girls. The 10-year-old helps care for the baby, changes diapers sometimes, rocks her to sleep. The 6-year-old plays with the 10-year-old. They're not just siblings, they're roommates, companions, built-in friends. Third, the house itself forces family interaction. There's nowhere to isolate. The living room is shared space. Everyone's there in the evening. Father reading the newspaper in his chair. Mother mending clothes on the couch. Children playing on the floor, doing homework at the dining table, listening to the radio. Meals are together. Always. The dining table seats 6, 2 chairs on each side, 1 at each end. When all 8 gather for dinner, it's tight. The 2 youngest children sit on phone books to reach the table height, but everyone eats together, every single night. The single bathroom means everyone's aware of each other's schedules. When someone's in the bathroom, everyone else knows, waits, plans accordingly. It teaches patience, consideration, awareness of others' needs. The small house means sounds carry. Mother hears everything from the kitchen, hears if children are fighting, hears if someone's hurt, hears laughter. The awareness is constant, not oppressive, just present. She knows what's happening in her home. But the small house created something modern, massive houses can't replicate: real family closeness. The small house forced togetherness. That togetherness built relationships. The siblings were close, not just we're family close. Daily life together close. The brothers playing together every day. The sisters playing together every day. Building bonds through constant proximity, learning to share, to compromise, to cooperate, to resolve conflicts. Those bonds lasted. Decades later, those 6 siblings remained close, called each other weekly, gathered for holidays. Their children, cousins, grew up knowing each other. The family stayed connected across generations. The crowding taught valuable lessons. The children learned they weren't the center of the universe, learned to wait their turn, learned that others' needs mattered, learned to share space, share toys, share attention. These lessons created character. The minimal possessions taught contentment. The children weren't constantly wanting more, they had enough. A few toys, a few outfits, a shared room, that was sufficient. They learned to find happiness in relationships, not things. The house also taught maintenance and responsibility. With 8 people in small space, cleanliness mattered. Everyone had chores, even young children, made beds, picked up toys, helped with dishes. The house stayed livable because everyone contributed. The parents weren't overwhelmed. Yes, raising 6 children was work, but the small house simplified. Less space to clean, less stuff to organize, lower mortgage, lower utilities, lower maintenance. The simplicity reduced stress. The father's single income covered everything: $68 mortgage, utilities maybe $30 monthly, food for 8 maybe $80 weekly. The family lived comfortably on $125 weekly income, had money for savings, occasional treats, nothing extravagant but sufficient. The small house also meant being outside more. Couldn't fit all 6 children inside comfortably during the day, so they played outside. The yard, the street, the neighborhood came in for meals and sleep. The house was home base, not the entire world. This created healthy, active childhoods, running, playing, socializing with neighbor children, not sitting inside surrounded by possessions, actually living, experiencing, moving. But walk into a modern American home today and you'll see something that would baffle anyone from 1957. Fast forward 69 years, 2026, same suburb outside Cleveland. The old 1,200 square foot houses still exist, but they're considered small. Starter homes. What young couples buy before upgrading. A modern family lives in a newer development 3 miles away. Same family structure, mother, father, 2 children, but everything else is different. Their house is 3,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2-car garage, built in 2018. Purchased for $425,000 with a 30-year mortgage. Monthly payment, $2,850, including property taxes and insurance. Father works in IT, earns $78,000 yearly. Mother works part-time as a teacher's aide, earns $22,000 yearly. Combined income, $100,000. Take home after taxes, maybe $72,000. Monthly take-home, $6,000. The mortgage is 47.5% of monthly take-home pay. The house layout is complex. Main floor has living room, family room, kitchen, dining room, powder room, laundry room. Upstairs has master suite plus 3 additional bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms. The master suite is 420 square feet by itself. Includes bedroom, walk-in closet, and master bathroom with double sinks, separate shower, soaking tub. The parents have more square footage in their suite than the entire 1957 family had in bedrooms. The 2 children, ages 8 and 5, each have their own bedroom. Each bedroom is about 180 square feet, larger than the 1957 rooms that house 3 children each. The 8-year-old's room contains a full-size bed, a dresser, a bookshelf, a desk, a toy chest, a gaming chair, a TV. The room is full, overflowing with possessions. The 5-year-old's room is similar. Twin bed, dresser, toy boxes, plural, shelves full of toys, books everywhere. More possessions than the 6 1957 children had combined. There's also a playroom. The 4th bedroom converted to dedicated play space. 200 square feet of toys, action figures, dolls, Lego sets, board games, art supplies, electronic toys, hundreds of items. But here's what's shocking. Despite all this space and stuff, the children are lonely. The house is massive, but it feels empty. 4 people in 3,200 square feet. Each person has 800 square feet. That's more than the entire 1957 house provided for 8 people. The children are isolated, each in their own bedroom. When they're sent to bed, they're alone. No sibling to whisper with. No shared stories. No giggling after lights out. Just alone in big rooms full of stuff. During the day, they're often in separate spaces. The 8-year-old in his room playing video games. The 5-year-old in the playroom with toys. The parents in the family room or master suite. Everyone isolated in different rooms. Meals aren't always together. The parents try, but schedules conflict. Father works late some nights. Kids eat at the counter while parents prep food. Or everyone eats in front of the TV in the family room. The dining room table, seats 8, is mostly unused except for holidays. The children don't play together much. They have different interests, different toys in different rooms. The 8-year-old doesn't want his little sister in his room touching his things. She's not invited, so she plays alone. They fight about screen time, about whose turn it is on the iPad, about what to watch on TV. But they don't play together the way the 1957 siblings did. Don't build forts together. Don't create games together. They're strangers who happen to live in the same house. The parents feel overwhelmed despite having far fewer children than the 1957 parents. Why? The house is too big, too much to clean, too much to maintain, too much to organize. 3,000 square feet requires constant work, and despite all the space, there's clutter everywhere. Toys overflow playroom into hallways. Clothes pile up because there's too much laundry. The garage can't fit cars because it's full of storage. The massive house that was supposed to provide comfort and space instead creates stress and isolation. And the financial burden of these massive houses is crushing modern families. The mortgage payment is $2,850 monthly. In 1957, the mortgage was $68. That's 42 times higher. Yes, inflation accounts for some of that, but not all. In inflation-adjusted dollars, the 1957 mortgage would be about $730 in 2026 dollars. The 2026 family pays $2,850, 4 times more than inflation-adjusted 1957 equivalent. But the house is only 2.7 times larger, paying 4 times more for 2.7 times the space. The math doesn't favor modern families. Property taxes are $6,400 yearly. Insurance is $1,800 yearly. Utilities average $320 monthly. Electric, gas, water, trash, internet, and TV another $180 monthly. Total housing costs, mortgage, taxes, insurance, utilities, $4,050 monthly. That's 67.5% of monthly take-home pay. The 1957 family spent 19.6% of income on mortgage and utilities. The modern family is house poor. They have the big house but can't afford much else. Vacations are rare, savings minimal, retirement underfunded. The house payment dominates the budget, and they need both incomes. The mother works part-time, earning $22,000 yearly. After childcare costs, taxes, and work expenses, she nets maybe $8,000, but they need that $8,000. Without it, they couldn't afford the house. In 1957, one income comfortably covered the small house plus all other expenses. In 2026, two incomes barely cover the big house, leaving little for other needs. The 1957 family also had less maintenance. Small house, less to fix, minimal landscaping, simple systems. When something broke, father often fixed it himself. Total maintenance costs maybe $500 yearly. The 2026 family has constant maintenance. Big house, more breaks, HVAC systems, sprinkler system, garage doors, multiple bathrooms. When things break, they call professionals. Can't afford a handyman's labor, but can't fix it themselves either. Maintenance costs $3,000 plus yearly. The massive house is a financial anchor, preventing the family from building wealth. But the saddest part isn't the money. It's what the massive houses do to childhood. The 1957 children grew up close to siblings, shared rooms, shared toys, learned to cooperate, compromise, resolve conflicts, built relationships through daily proximity. Those siblings became lifelong friends. The 2026 children are growing up isolated. Separate rooms, separate toys, minimal forced interaction. They're learning to entertain themselves, not each other. Learning to be alone, not together. The 8-year-old and 5-year-old aren't close. 2 years isn't a huge age gap. They could play together, but they don't. Separate rooms, separate toys, separate interests. By the time they're teenagers, they'll barely know each other. The 1957 children learned to share. Had to. One toy box between 3 brothers. You share or you fight. And mother won't tolerate fighting. So you learn to share. That lesson built character. The 2026 children don't learn to share. Each has their own toys, their own space, their own everything. When they encounter sharing requirements at school or with friends, they struggle. They're not practiced. The 1957 children learned to wait. 1 bathroom for 8 people. You wait your turn, you're patient. You plan ahead. Those skills served them lifelong. The 2026 children don't learn to wait. 2 kids, 3.5 bathrooms. Never have to wait. Never have to consider others' needs. Never have to plan around someone else's schedule. The 1957 children were less materialistic, had little, learned contentment, didn't expect constant new toys or clothes, appreciated what they had. The 2026 children are materialistic, have too much, want more. New toys appear constantly, birthdays, Christmas, random purchases. They're drowning in possessions but never satisfied, always want the next thing. The 1957 children played outside, had to. Couldn't all fit inside, so they ran, played, explored, healthy, active, social. The 2026 children play inside. Big house, plenty of space, screens everywhere. Comfortable, temperature-controlled environment. They're sedentary, isolated, gaining weight. The massive house that was supposed to give them more is actually giving them less. Less connection, less character, less happiness. But here's what modern families don't understand about the old way. The 1957 family's small house wasn't poverty, wasn't deprivation. It was normal middle-class life. The family was happy. The children thrived. The proximity created warmth. Coming home to a house full of people, full of noise, full of life, always someone to talk to, always someone nearby, never lonely. The shared spaces created memories. The dining table where everyone gathered, the living room where everyone spent evenings, the rooms where siblings whispered secrets after bedtime, those spaces held the family's life. The simplicity created focus. Without overwhelming possessions, children focused on relationships, on imagination, on actual play, not just consuming entertainment. The affordability created freedom. The small mortgage meant the parents weren't stressed about money, meant they could save, could occasionally splurge on ice cream or a movie. The house served them. They didn't serve the house. The togetherness created family culture, shared jokes, shared stories, shared traditions, everyone present for everything. The family was a unit, not a collection of individuals living in the same building. When those 6 children grew up and had children of their own, they often tried to replicate the closeness they'd experienced. Some succeeded, many didn't, because by the time they were adults, the culture had changed. Small houses seemed inadequate. Shared rooms seemed unfair to children, but they remembered the closeness, the warmth, the simplicity, and they mourned that their children wouldn't experience it the same way. The 1957 house was small in square footage, but rich in everything that mattered: love, connection, family, simplicity. The 2026 house is massive in square footage, but poor in what matters. Isolated, disconnected, cluttered, stressed. We gained space. We lost closeness. We gained possessions. We lost contentment. We gained privacy. We lost family. Was 1957 perfect? No. Some houses were overcrowded to the point of genuine hardship. Large families in small spaces faced real challenges: noise, lack of privacy, difficult conditions. Not everyone's experience was positive. Some children desperately wanted their own rooms. Does 2026 have advantages? Yes. More space can be genuinely useful. Children with different needs can have appropriate environments. Privacy for teenagers matters. Modern homes are more energy efficient, better insulated, more comfortable, but the balance shifted too far. From reasonable closeness to isolating spaciousness, from helpful simplicity to overwhelming complexity, from affordable housing to crushing debt. We didn't need to go from 1,200 square feet to 3,200. When America was simpler, families raised 6 kids in 1,200 square feet. Small houses, big families. Everyone was close, connected, happy. Today, families need 3,000 square feet for 2 kids. Massive houses, tiny families. Everyone is isolated, lonely, despite all the space. We gained square footage. We lost the closeness that made houses homes. If you shared a bedroom growing up, share your memories in the comments. How many siblings? How big was your house? Like this video and subscribe to When America Was Simpler. When America was simpler, small houses held big families and rich lives.